Hey guys, we're gonna call this video "How to Get a Girl to Ask for Sex."
When I first laid my eyes on you, it just felt so new, and I didn't know what to do, but now I know it's you. I love the inside of you, only inside of you. Love inside of you, always inside of you. Only you, inside of and I just can't believe myself. Please tell me what to do. I looked up to the sky for help. The answer lies in you. I love the inside of you, only inside of you. Love inside of you, always inside of you. Only you, inside of you. I'm out of words now for what it's worth now. This is what we're gonna do now. I don't have time, so I take what's mine. This is
Listen,
Yeah.
we both know that you just trying to make moves on me and shit. Alright?
Yeah. No, I'm
You
so
know,
yeah.
try-
Looks very simple, right? I'm chilling, having a good time. You know what I mean? It's like not a huge deal.
Yeah, but you're so touchy.
I
Now,
know,
like,
I can't touch it, yeah.
yeah. But it's cool and stuff like that. Why? Because you want to have sex or something? You want
And you know what? Honestly, if it happens to that, doesn't it?
So let's just have sex. And then I could just, yeah.
Cool. You're very straightforward.
Do you have condoms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, what's up? Bruce Wayne. I'm here with Justin Wayne. Man, just recently did another day game pickup where he laid the girl on the same night, and he's got some interesting video clips and whatnot coming up. It was pretty awesome.
Yep. So yeah, basically, long story short, I'm gonna try to keep this report as short and concise as possible. The last report we had was like 35 minutes. I'm trying to compress it even more. So let's begin. The first thing is this. That day, I don't know if you remember that day, but
yeah, we were out in Union Square, Justin, myself, and another buddy of ours, Dino, and we're all like talking, and this really really attractive girl is walking by. And Justin just like throws it out at her. Excuse me.
Wait, let's pause for 1 second though. Before we go to that, I just want to go one thing. I want to go to the pre-approach or the pre-game. This is before I actually approached the girl. Now, again, what really happened in this situation was this. First of all, I went out that day. I remember I was not in the mood.
Oh yeah.
I was wearing bummy clothes, right? I didn't take a shower, right? You remember that, right? I went to buy,
he was actually getting. It was the day before he was going to Miami.
Yes,
and he's talking. We were actually walking through Union Square, and he's telling me about how like we were talking about like, should we game a little bit or something? And he's like, well, I'm about to go to Miami. I don't have time to follow up while it's hot. And I'm like, well, why don't you just pull her now then?
You said that to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I'm like, why don't you just go ahead and pull her now? And then sure, we're like talking in the group, and then he opens up all girl and. The way like this girl was so not receptive in the beginning. Like she was like he opened like he threw out like excuse me like did like a little wave thing here and she stops walking. She's like such a down energy, like shoulders kind of hunched over and all. She's like okay, so she's walking by like this. Like, I'm trying. Am I in the camera?
Yeah, can you see it? Yeah.
She's like.
Yeah, like what do you want type of thing. Like what do you want? Like, don't hit on me. Like, don't hit on me. Basically, she's like yeah.
She exhaled. She's like it's turned around. Like,
yeah, and a lot of guys would stop at this point or get discouraged and stuff like that. I mean, and I'll be honest, you know, like just from doing a lot of social reps, I just didn't care anyways. Like I didn't really have any outcome dependency, so. So what happened after? What did you see after that? You know, I don't know what part you saw up to.
Well, I mean, immediately after that, you just like jumped right on her and started talking.
So I'll just tell you what I said because people want to know what I told her. So it was very simple. I was like, "You come over here, right?" She was like, whatever. So she barely came. So I walked up to her as well, and I was like, "Listen, I'm totally feeling that shirt. That shirt is so fucking awesome. They had like a John Lennon kind of design on it. So I was just, vibing off his shirt, and I was coming across neutral, meaning friendly. It wasn't look like I was hitting on her per se, especially after she showed me that negative kind of vibe. So I just went neutral and just like had a cool, friendly vibe. The reason why I didn't go indirect is the fact that I called her like, "Here, come here," and there's a lot of other people there. It looks weird if I ask her for like where's like McDonald's if she, if I call her,
called her over directly
out of everybody else, right? Yeah. So I went neutral, not indirect, but still I didn't go direct. So at this point, we're talking for like a good minute. I was like, I just started with that conversation. She was like, "Oh, well, thanks a lot." I was like, "Do you do anything creative?" Yeah, this kind of artsy vibe, right? And she was like, "No." Well, she said, "Yeah."
This is the first time I've ever heard that before.
The long story short, though, so this girl was the typical. She was actually a local American girl. Oh my gosh, yeah, she was a local American girl. She was 21 years old. She was hot. Yeah, she was she was like a. She was in college. She's like 2 years in or 3 years in, one of the two, whatever. And she also had a boyfriend. I forgot to mention that. And she was basically the type of girl that I really craved for. Really sexy brunette girl in her prime. She has a soul circle of friends in New York City and everything. And it goes to show that the whole myth about only being able to get foreign women is totally out of whack. Because good game is good game, right? As you guys will hear later on. So long story short, boom, stopped her, talked to her. Now, I guess that time the guy Dino, he took a picture of me in set, and it's going to be here. Right now, as you can see this picture.
I didn't even see him take that picture either.
Well, yeah, basically if you notice, like, I'm looking like a real bum because I didn't plan on approaching girls that day at all. As a matter of fact, I didn't even approach girls until like a month before that when me and Bruce was recording because people don't understand. We don't really record as much as people think. They're like, oh,
we're really only gaming when we're recording. So I mean,
exactly. Especially these
we're not
days.
In state. We're not like
okay.
We're not like finely tuned, like out there every single day approaching.
And so this is bottom line is that. So when I was talking to her, I think it was like 5. How long did it take me to move with her? Maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't remember. It was between 3 to 5 minute range.
I think it was probably a little longer than 5 minutes. Probably.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah, I think it was. It took a little bit of time before you.
I don't remember
there because like me and me and Dino were talking for a little while, and then another buddy of mine came in, like, splashed water on my shit. That's another story.
Oh, while I was talking to her?
Yeah, while you were talking to her. And all.
So it's probably,
And
like,
then,
I was thinking 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is what you call basic social comfort. I was vibing with her. So where do you get it from? Are you something creative? She was like, yeah, I'm in college. I study fashion and business and blah, 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 blah. And this and that. And my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Fuck boyfriend. But she said that anyways. So I was like, yeah, cool, right? And I spoke about myself. It was very basic get to know you talk like you see in the videos. Nothing really different. So then then I was like, you know what? I'm really thirsty. You know, let's grab a drink, whatever. Let's, you know, like as friends, right? That was the vibe I gave off. So she had her. So basically, like she said, well, there's a place over there. So, but what happened? That she actually has a summer job, right next to that place. So she didn't really want to go there, right? So she was like, well, let's go for coffee instead of something. So I was like, all right, cool, fuck it, let's go for coffee, right? So we start walking. So while walking, I was just, you know, I went for the, you know, I didn't do any verbal escalation yet. I just tried to go for the handhold, all right? And she was like, what's this? You know, like she said, just so you know, I'm a germaphobe. I was like, yeah, me too. So that's why we should hold hands, right? I just gave her some bullshit reason. Yeah. At first she held on to it, then she let go. I was like, and I grabbed on again playfully. She let go. And after that, I was like, I'm gonna try again in 5 minutes, right? And I tried in 5 minutes. She held on, right? And this is what you call playful persistence, okay? Yeah. The girl, you know, most of the times in a good pickup, especially hot girls, they're not gonna like open the legs for you right away. You have to take your time and go through the, you know, the ups and downs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's actually a really good point as to like why guys don't consistently get same day or night lays.
Yes.
Because they're not persistent enough.
Yes.
Girls aren't going to, like you said, they're not just going to open up their legs.
Yeah. And then, or say yes right away to every single advance that you make. Yep. Sometimes you have to take your time and you go again. Yep. So at this point now, we're walking, stuff like that. I did not have a pull on my mind, to be honest. Even though he told me to try to take a girl home the same day and fuck her, I didn't have that in my mind. All I had in my mind was just like, oh, let me just take it from there. I was focused on getting the romantic connection and trying to get a solid phone number as opposed to taking her home, right? Because it's not like a nightclub where, you know, you can take home girls easily. It's not that simple. So we ended up walking to one T spot by Barnes & Nobles, and she didn't really like it, so we went to another T spot, which is great because it bought me more time. I was getting the handholds, but while I was holding her hand, I was talking to her as a friend, like chilling out. I wasn't really flirting too much. Once in the blue, a little flirt here and there, but it was more just like a friendly conversation. It wasn't anything beyond that. It was more just like get to know you, cool thing. But we had the undertone of the handholds, right?
Exactly. And so you don't really need all the extra.
You don't need all that stuff sometimes.
Stuff as much.
So
especially in the beginning.
So after the coffee, I tried to take her to the middle of the park, right, in Union Square, and this is where I was gonna attempt the first kiss, right. So while I was gonna go for the kiss, somehow, you know, I started telling her about like I'm into my music stuff, whatever, and I was like, hey, you should totally check it out. We didn't have time. So she was, you know, she seemed really busy. She was like, well, I'm busy right now, blah 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 blah. And I wasn't even trying to move at that point. I was trying to get the kiss, but then somehow, like, you know, again through persistence and stuff like that, I got her to agree to say, well, okay, well, sure, let's just go and check out your thing, you know. So we went on the subway together, which is great. I mean, showing that she trusts me, and we go to my place. So we go to my area. And I just basically told her like, and I took her straight to my place. Now I didn't go for the makeout yet at this point. And this is the thing, guys. Just so you know, like, my game is generally much better without the camera on me. Like when I'm just living my life normally, it's better than when I'm like being recorded and trying to like, you know, make shit happen on camera, right? You know, like it's much easier for me to get laid that way than on camera. I can still get that on camera, but it's not as easy, right? So typically speaking too, I wouldn't always go for the kiss like right away and at the end of every interaction. As long as I get the romantic connection, I don't necessarily like make out with her, right? And you'll see why now. So I think it took me like maybe like I was talking to her maybe like an hour before. We were hanging for like maybe half an hour to 45 minutes before we started going towards where I live, right? Yeah. So we go towards where I live, and that took like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then it was so hot. I was sweating fucking balls, right? And I was so messy, so awkward. Like, and it's the thing. Like, I wasn't in a gaming state. I didn't dress up. I had no swagger. I just went to buy a microphone with him, and so I'm just like,
you're just a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, social conditioning. Yeah. We'll talk about that in the end of the video, right? I'm gonna keep it straight to the point here. After So after we reach to my place, we go upstairs and everything. You know, and you'll see the footage from this point on. You'll notice that I'm kind of like sweating. You know, I'm really hot and sweaty, and it was just gross. Even she said, "Ew, you're sweating." And the thing is, she wasn't even sweating. And I'm like fucking like boiling up, right? So it felt really weird, right? So, you know, and I didn't brush my teeth either because like I was such in a rush to get the microphone to come back home. I didn't expect that, so I was totally unprepared, right? And I didn't even expect it to come to my place either because it was a lot of shakiness. Like there was time, you know, at some points you just seemed like, you know, she didn't seem that interested. But you know, again, you just got to keep playing the game because at some point girls become interested. Remember that. So she comes to my room and I start playing music and everything like that, and I finally decided to go for the kiss. All right. And I go in for the kiss, and then she stops me, and she's like, I mean, you know, I have to play it for you guys for you to understand. But then she stops me, right, and then she's like, I say, like she takes out the music. She said, "Listen, right, I see you trying to put moves on me and shit like that, but let's just keep it real, you know, like, what happened? You want sex or something?" So I'm like thinking, like, I didn't even kiss her yet, right? And she's like, "Stop from kissing." So I'm like, no, I mean, like, if it happened, it happened. You know, like, I'm just having a good time, right? Which is a great response, by the way. You say that shit works, right? Exactly. And she was like, well, no, just tell me, like, if when I have sex, something like, well, you're having a good time, fine. Whatever happens, happens. I didn't tell her yes directly, right?
Exactly.
And she was like,
that's usually how I answer something along those lines.
And then she was like, well, we might as well just have sex then. So I was like, sure, right? And then boom, she just left right away, and she take off her clothes, and it was a great experience, you know. But then, you know, so that was how, you know, we closed the deal with that particular girl. But so then after that too, like I was going to Miami the next night, the next morning, early in the morning, and after we had sex, and I took her out for dinner, right, and we had sex again, right, and you know, after it was a lot of other drama stuff that happened here and there, but you know, like, she felt bad because she cheated on her boyfriend, blah 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 blah. But that's just part of the game, and that's just casualties of war, so to speak. So yeah, right. In terms of lessons to be learned, one thing that the main lesson for this particular lay report is, or just like pickup, is that it shows that once you have social fitness or condition yourself over time, you know, these skill sets internalize in your mind, right? So, you know, as long as you have like a fighting chance, you know, if you practice in the right direction, you generally will know how to kind of get to the right direction more often than anything, especially if you have the right signs to go for it. And even if I didn't have the right signs, it shows you what playful persistence is all about, and just keep going. And sometimes you'll get laid. You know, I wasn't really planning on doing that with her, but it just happened that way. And you know, I've done this a bunch of times before. Through the domino effect, and yeah, so check out the product when it comes out. It's gonna be awesome because it's almost finished very shortly. So
it's coming soon. It's just a lot of amazing shit in there. It's an amazing product. Justin's putting a lot of time and work on it.
Yes,
I love it.
It's gonna be great, and yeah, so that's all I wanted to share with you guys today, and party on.
Wayne's World.
1, 2, 3,
4